Hello. Today I wanted to test out all of my fine liners to see which one I actually like. I want to see what my favorite liner is. The 6 contestants are the Sakura Micron pen. Probably everybody has heard of that. Touch fine liners, Faber-Castell liners, Staedtler liner that I actually found on the floor, a Fudonoska like the brush pen ones, and the Rodring Tiki. I mean, I would test more, but I have neither the money nor the need for more fine liners. In the first test, we are testing the lining and how the pen itself feels in the hand. The Sakura one honestly felt a little bit scratchy on paper, and it had quite a sharp edge, like where you would hold it with your fingers. The Touch pen felt really nice on paper, however it also had quite a sharp edge. For the Faber-Castell ones, they are very sharp to hold, like even sharper than the other ones, and honestly the plastic feels very weird. And it also feels very weird on paper. It feels quite plasticky almost, like you would scrape with a plastic thingy on the paper. The Staedtler one felt very smooth in my hand and also pretty good on paper actually. The Fudonoske also had quite a sharp barrel. I don't know why everybody makes uncomfortable pens. However, it felt quite nice on paper. The Rotring one actually felt good in a hand and also pretty good on paper. Next, we'll test how well the pigment stays in the paper after erasing the graphite that was underneath. The Sakura one was actually fading quite a bit while erasing. The Touch one had slight lifting. The Faber-Castell one had a little less lifting, however still lifted a little bit. The Staedtler lifted about as much as the Faber-Castell one. For the Fudonoske, a lot was lost. Also for the Rodring Tiki, a lot of the pigment was lost. As a next test, I tested the compatibility with alcohol ink, like markers. The Sakura one smudged a little bit. Touch also makes a line of alcohol markers that are compatible, or supposed to be compatible, with the fine liners, and I'm happy to report that they actually are. The Faber-Castell ones were very smudgy. The Staedtler ones were also very smudgy. The Fudonoske ones were also smudgy, but not as bad. The Rotring one was very smudgy too. The next thing I wanted to test how it would hold up with water-based media like watercolor. The Sakura ones remained perfectly fine. There was absolutely no smudging. The same goes for the Touch ones. Faber-Castells were kinda smudgy, but not too bad. The Staedtler one remained perfectly fine. The Fudonoske one also remained perfectly fine. So did the Rotring one. That one also remained perfectly fine. The last thing remaining would now be making a ranking out of them. The Touch liners ended up at the top with 4.5 out of 5 stars. The Fudonoske one ended up at second place. The Fudonoske ended up at second place with 4 stars. For the third place, we actually have 3 of the contestants that each ended up with 3.5 stars. There are the Micron one, the Staedtler one, and the Rotring one. However, from how I personally use them, I prefer Staedtler. At last, and honestly kinda least, is the Faber-Castell one. All in all, I hope the video was as helpful to you as it was to me, and maybe it also was a little enjoyable otherwise. If you enjoy art content in general and or world building content, I recommend you stick around for longer, maybe even subscribe, because that's the usual content I upload. With that being said, I really hope to see you again soon. Until then, I wish you a wonderful time. Bye!